Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
The library, I believe, is one of the places we have here in Boise that is the center for the most diverse interactions in our community. And that's something that I appreciate. It's also there to help people like me. You know, I was one of those people who really struggled during the recession. Was one of those people who didn't have a personal computer at home until 2008. And so I needed to go to the library. And I didn't just find resources that I could use as I looked for work, but I also found a bit of a refuge because when you're unemployed, you can get a little depressed. And to go to the library is to be around your fellow Boiseans and enjoy that fellowship. I have had friends over the years who worked at the library, and these are not flashy people. They're people who ride bikes to work. They use our public transportation system. And so I have to listen when they say, Lisa, we needed this new library 15 years ago. I trust them because they've made a commitment to doing what I consider to be public service type work. I used to work for an organization that provided legal services at the library. Every couple of Mondays, there's they call it the Boise Street Law Clinic, and that's a collaboration with Concordia Law School. So that's just one. And I know there's just multiple organizations and agencies and nonprofits that come together to serve our community. And, you know, I mentioned this to the mayor. We had breakfast a few months ago, and I mentioned to him how proud I was of our city, that we provided something brand new like New Path Housing, because poor people are used to getting the leftovers. We're used to getting what somebody else doesn't want anymore. And I am so proud to be a part of a city where we made something brand new for the least among us. And that's how I view this big, beautiful library that we're going to be building, because it serves everybody in our community, not just one segment of the population. And it is something that I brought up during discussions about the library. I said, you know, there are folks who are homeless, and that's where they spend a lot of their time. Is this new library going to be too flashy for the homeless? I was assured that that is not the case, that there will be programming and space left for everybody who needs to use the library. So I am for the library. In terms of the cabin, I have to admit, Mr. Frank Eld, his presentation compelled me. And, you know, I mean, I just think back to all of my high school teachers who said presentation matters, and he did a good job, and he convinced me. That's a work of art, and it should be respected. And I would like to see it incorporated into the design of the library. In terms of the stadium, you know, I think that the stadium could be great if it helped address some of the other issues we have in our community or helped us meet some of our other goals. So, for example, we have a wonderful program through Parks and Rec where we collaborate with, I believe it's Interfaith, to have folks who are homeless be able to get work with the city. And I imagine, like, God, wouldn't it be great to have folks graduate to a really great job at the stadium where they'd get paid $15 an hour? So that's where my thoughts go, is what would that look like if we actually had that? Would it meet some of our other goals in our city? You know, for folks to have a livable wage, for us to provide opportunities for diverse communities to come together. You know, I'm Mexican-American. I grew up in a family, we love baseball and soccer. Wouldn't it be great to have a taqueria in there, you know, to do some outreach to the Latino community and make them feel at home, you know? So I don't know that those things can be guaranteed with the stadium. So not quite sure where I fall on that yet. I'd like to hear more information about that.